Hey guys, welcome to Denny's. Today, we're going to be heading into episode 8 of the Weekly Loot Cave, the series where I bring you the most efficient farms for some of the more notable drops of each week. Stay tuned because this week is an absolutely mega one. As always, guys, remember to throw a like if I helped you in any way, comment any feedback you've got for me, and really quick plugging the subscriber metrics here. Guys, if you want to see more weekly First Descendant content, if you like what I do, if you want to support me, it's as easy as pressing the subscribe button. If not this time, maybe I'll earn it next time, but I appreciate it. There is a link in the description to my community Discord if you're looking to play the First Descendant with other like-minded individuals. Also, don't forget I'm live on Twitch 6 days a week, and I would love to see you there. Come hang out, ask some questions. Would love to see you. And for any of you that have been watching the live streams and know that I lost my wallet in the lake recently, today's sponsor will be a nice coincidence. Today's video is sponsored by Exter. Exter was kind enough to collaborate with me and send me one of their Parliament wallets. This wallet is an extremely high quality and sustainable wallet. It holds 12 cards, it blocks RFID wireless theft, and comes in 6 different colors. I've been using it for right around the past couple weeks now, and I have to say it's quite nice. I've made it my daily wallet. Although I have to say there is one other product I'm a huge fan of. It is their brand new Finder card as a part of the Apple Find My ecosystem. I'm somebody who is constantly misplacing things, and this is a lifesaver to say the least, for me personally at least. I am an official Exter affiliate as well, guys, so don't forget to use my discount code DENNYS for an additional 5% off any live web sales they have going. I believe right now they have a 25% off sale going, so 30% in total. And thank you again to Exter for the sponsorship. And back to the video. Before we get into it, guys, I want to remind you that with this series, my goal is not only to find the most efficient farms each week, but try to make sure that I hit every descendant in the game so that everyone gets a fair shot at their main descendant. This week we have 12 farms and half of them are extremely efficient ones. Just remember that the way I go about farming a Descendant's reactor is going to be completely depending on the best mission for that given week. If it's a mission like Fortress Outskirts in the shipment base of White Knight Gulch, I'm going to be giga farming that week. If it's a mission that's just straight up not efficient, I'm not really going to farm it a whole ton, but maybe go for a half decent roll to make sure that I have a solid reactor starting point for the said Descendant. But with that out of the way, let's go right into it. Starting off with the auxiliary power available this week from the Observatory in White Knight Gulch. Mission of choice is going to be the Order's Veil mission. Not a bad mission at all. Not a great one. Half decent. If you're looking for an aux power for one of your farming sets, definitely a time to do it. Rolls I'm going to be going for are max HP, MP recovery. That's pretty much the only thing you should really go for unless you're trying to get the Kuiper drop rate on there to get a little bit more Kuiper. But honestly, I find myself quite full of Kuiper, especially with the recent daily changes. Jumping into the sensor, though, available from Ironworks in the Sterile Lands this week. Mission of choice is the Weapons Processing Facility. Decent extermination mission, really quick kills, really quick mission starts and ends. As far as rolls, I'm going to be going for max MP and character EXP and consumable drop rate. I do have max MP and character XP. I believe I just need the max MP and consumable drop rate roll this week. Mainly the non-set components. I'm usually going to be going for some farming rolls, not really going to be going for anything crazy because obviously with some of the more in-depth builds at the end game, you're going to want those tier set bonuses from the external components. But let's jump right into the reactors, starting off with, once again, my favorite Descendant, still Lepic. No, it's not HAILEY, not yet anyway, but Lepic bossing this week. A fire, impact, and tech reactor is available from the hatchery in White Knight Gulch. Mission of choice is going to be the upper hatchery mission. Not a terrible mission, definitely a good mission to get it done this week. There's a lot of mobs that spawn right away. If you want to go a bit quicker, definitely abort it after you jump to the second part of the mission. It'll help you a little bit, or help the efficiency a little bit at least. As far as rolls, going for Colossus damage and crit damage. I like to go for skill duration instead of crit damage, but to each their own. I know that you hit harder with crit damage. It's just that I find that a lot of the Colossi have crit resistance, heavy crit resistance, and it's very RNG, so I like to get the extra shot off instead of worrying about the crit happening, I guess. But jumping into the farming build, or excuse me, farming reactor for Lepic this week, also available for Esiemo. Keep in mind, this is going to be the fire special and tech reactor available from the Destruction in Kingston. Mission of choice is the Field Communications Center. As far as the role, always going to go for the Secret Garden here just because of the tech buff that it procs for the skill power whenever you use a tech ability. I would recommend maxing it out or 5xing it if you want to use it with this build, though, because if you use it when you just have one, your skill costs are going to be quite increased, but the rolls are going to be cooldown and duration, as well as range and crit damage. I'm probably going to be leaning towards the cooldown and duration side of that. Let's jump into the Bunny Reactor available this week. an electric impact and singular reactor available from the Dune base in Hagios. The mission of choice is the Vulgus blockade. Decent mission, honestly, not bad, especially if you are looking to get your Blue Beetle this week. If you are going for that crit bunny, like I know a lot of people are changing their minds about. Some people aren't. I might be on the fence about this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet, but we're going to have to find out. Probably will be farming it this week, though, because I still do need a Blue Beetle electric boost, singular boost reactor. So that's the roles that I'll be going for. Let me know in the comments if there's something that you guys think is better. I'm always down for some feedback on that. I always want to try to improve my play and improve what I go for, so let me know down below. And then let's jump into the Freyna Reactor, available from the Corrupted Zone in Hagios. This is a Toxic Special and Tech Reactor, going for the mission, the Deep Digger. That is the mission of choice. Solid mission. It's nothing crazy. As far as the roles, now the Secret Garden, once again, I would highly recommend that you have this maxed out if you want to use it, because the skill cost is quite high if you do not have it maxed out as far as the unique ability. However, if you do have it, go for duration and cooldown and maybe a little bit of toxic or tech boost. Me personally, I'm going to go for duration and cooldown. Always love to get a little bit more duration and cooldown, because those are some of the mods that I rarely ever find to fit a maximum in my module builds, but nonetheless a solid Freyna week this week. Also, don't forget she comes out October 10th, so this is probably going to be one of the last Secret Garden farms you can do for Freyna before she comes out. I think, I don't know for sure, I haven't checked, but there's been like 3 in a row now, so definitely going to keep a lookout for this. But let's jump into the next one, and honestly the most anticipated one. This is probably the best farm this week by far. This is HAILEY's Chill, Heavy, and Singular Reactor, available from the Frozen Valley and Fortress this week. This is your best in slot for HAILEY bossing. If you just obtained HAILEY, if you're just looking to get it before you obtain HAILEY, you need to farm this mission this week. It is going to drop a ton of these. As far as the drops, I'm going to be going for crit hit rate and Colossus damage, mainly because I'm not running 4 Almondines. I'm not running the 4 crit mods. I'm only running 3. I don't think you really need to run the 4th one, even with crit resistance like factored in. I really don't think you have to run the 4th crit mod. I think that it's a better idea to grab crit hit on your reactor than waste an entire module slot on way overkill for crit. I mean, you are just going way overkill whenever you stack her 3rd ability up to the 16th stack if you have all 4 crit mods. So keep that in mind. I will be coming out with a HAILEY build soon, TM. As far as the farm, that is the best one. And don't forget, you are also getting your reactor materials this week from this. So a 2 birds with 1 stone type of farm again. And then let's hop into one of my more recent favorite descendants, Ajax and Kyle. Now, Ajax is who I'm talking about. We also have Luna in this department. So we've got a non-attribute special and tech reactor dropping from the Vermilion Waste in Agna Desert. Mission of choice is the Valby farm outpost. So we're going to hop onto our Valby, throw on as little range as we can, hop there and just farm for days. Going to get a ton of drops from this. I'm really happy about this one because I do need to get a perfected Ajax and Kyle roll. As far as Luna, I don't really know the roles, but for Ajax and Kyle, I'm going to be going for Secret Garden, cooldown, and tech boost. That's just what I go for straight up. Maybe a little bit of range, but I think I can max it out with my mods, with the build I'm working on. But as far as Luna, definitely comment down below. I know you guys helped me out last week. I just didn't quite see all of them, and I know there was a few different answers for Luna, so definitely comment down below for Luna this week. And then let's jump over to Sharen. So Sharen is dropping the Electric Impact and Fusion Reactor this week in the Ruins in Vespers. Now, the mission of choice is the Ruins Courtyard, and we are going to be going for the Blue Beetle. I do want to mention, I failed to mention this with Bunny, but remember that you really don't want to use Blue Beetle unless you have the unique ability maxed out, just because of what it's doing to your skill. It's just not worth it, at least as much. However, with Sharen, it's a little bit more worth it because you can actually get a few more Qs off, no matter the MP costs and stuff. But I'm going to be going for crit chance and crit damage. This is going to make it so I most likely will be able to stack up enough of these guys to get a 100% crit chance with my Sharen. Hopefully, we'll see. Probably close. But nonetheless, a good farm this week for it. Not too terrible at all, as it is an extermination mission. Let's jump over to Yujin. This is going to be a non-attribute general and singular week for Yujin, available from the Moonlight Lake in Vespers. The mission is the Extermination Mission Floodplain, a very solid mission, very slept on, very underrated. Get a lot of kills really quick. They spawn very quick, and obviously it ends right next to where it starts, so you can just run right over there, start it up, and go again. As far as the roles, Divine Punishment, duration, cooldown, I think that's pretty much how it's going to go. Let me know in the comments if you guys have anything else, but I believe that even for his allergy build or his support builds, I think this is just a really good gun to use and a combination to use as far as roles for any of those builds. And then let's hop over to Viessa. So Viessa this week is dropping a Chill General and Tech located in the Converter facility in Fortress. Another really good farm this week. This is a Valby outpost farm. Now, this drop this week is really up to you. It's a special. I didn't mean to say it was by the way, it's not a Chill General. It's a Chill Special Tech. I would go for Secret Garden or Clairvoyance. If you don't have Secret Garden maxed out, definitely go for Clairvoyance. It doesn't really have the biggest downsides. However, they both help to be maxed out if you're looking for Viessa. Secret Garden's a really good choice if you're trying to do the cooldown build and just spamming her Blizzard ability. You might not be able to get the buff to stack. Honestly, you probably won't. So I think Clairvoyance inches out here. You're going to go for crit damage, Colossus damage, or duration and cooldown, whatever you prefer, bossing situation or not. And let's hop over to the Jayber, Valby, and Enzo reactor this week, available from the restricted zone and sterile lands. We've got a non-attribute impact and dimension role. And the mission of choice is going to be the barracks. It's an extermination mission, not too quick, but if you're looking for a reactor for Jayber since he was freshly buffed, or Enzo if you're looking to support your friends, Valby if you are just looking for something to hold while you go in circles and farm other things, it's a good week. I would recommend the Nyzestra's Devotion as well as duration, range, or non-attribute boost. Completely up to you. Those three are a really, really solid way to go. And you could honestly make it a dimension boost as well if you wanted to, just to get a little bit of extra damage, because most of the time you're able to max out the duration and range on Jayber and Valby. And let's hop over to the last reactor available, or the last reactor I'll be talking about this week for Blair. And yes, that does mean for Glay enjoyers. We got extremely spoiled last week with the abandoned zone being the general rounds Glay reactor, but this week we've got literally nothing, so no Glay reactor, sadly. But for Blair, we've got Fire, Impact, and Dimension available from the Fractured Monolith in Hagios. The mission of choice is going to be the Ruins modification base. As far as the rolls, I would do Colossus damage and crit damage. Honestly, Blair isn't really fleshed out yet for me. That's just kind of like a bossing roll kind of baseline that I like to go with. And then obviously crit damage cooldown if you're trying to go for more of a mobbing build for Blair. But nonetheless, it is a really good week, honestly, especially for you HAILEY guys who are just getting into HAILEY or finally getting her. If you swiped earlier, either way, whatever you do, HAILEY's awesome. Definitely get her reactor. It's going to absolutely blast. I seriously appreciate you guys. I want to make sure that you guys all understand. I would not be posting these weekly videos if it weren't for you guys showing the support that you do. It means more than I can really even put into words. So I seriously appreciate it. Also, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day, great rest of your week. Don't forget to follow me on Twitch, guys. Check out my Patreon, the Discord down in the description below. And then you're probably taking a look at the Patreon supporters. A huge shout out to you guys. It's unbelievable. I never even imagined that you guys would be willing to support me like you are. Before I go too long on this, though, I'm just kind of feeling crazy because we are about to hit 15,000 subscribers. I hope you guys have a great one. I am out of here. I'll see you guys in the first Descendant and on stream. Peace out, guys. Goodbye.